Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into one of the most shocking developments to shake the geopolitical landscape. The dramatic crumbling of the Crimea Bridge, an event that has sent shockwaves not only across Russia and Ukraine, but around the entire world. This moment didn't just break concrete and steel. It broke the illusion of invulnerability that the Kremlin has long tried to project. And as footage of the collapse spreads everywhere, the image of Putin facing this humiliating setback is becoming a powerful symbol of weakening control, rising pressure, and global embarrassment. From the very moment the first images surfaced, people instinctively knew this wasn't just a physical collapse. It was a symbolic one. For years, the Crimea Bridge stood as one of Putin's proudest trophies, a $3.7 billion construction designed to showcase Russia's dominance over Crimea. A link meant to reinforce that Moscow was firmly in control. Now that same bridge has transformed into a reminder of vulnerability, miscalculation, and an uncomfortable reality that no amount of propaganda can fully conceal. As the dust settles, the questions grow louder. How did this happen? Why did it happen now? And how will Putin handle this public humiliation? Across Russia, loyal state media scrambled to put together explanations, pointing fingers everywhere except where they should. But no amount of spin could fully drown out the frustration simmering beneath the surface. The footage circulating online shows terrified drivers scrambling across shaking pavement, massive fissures splitting through the road, and sections of the structure plunging into the water below. Each moment captured on camera is now being replayed across the world, painting a picture that even Russia's tight information control can't erase. The bridge, once a symbol of strength, now stands as wreckage, and wreckage, especially in the digital era, can't be hidden. Even inside Russia, the public mood is tense. Some quietly fear what this means for the broader conflict, while others openly criticize the government's failure to protect such an important structure. With millions relying on the bridge for transport, trade, and military logistics, its sudden collapse has triggered frustration, panic, and anger. And all of this lands directly on Putin's shoulders. For years, he claimed the bridge was proof of Russia's success and engineering brilliance. Now that the bridge has crumbled, that same narrative is turning against him. Internationally, the reactions have been swift and sharp. Analysts are calling this one of the most embarrassing moments for the Kremlin since the start of the Ukraine invasion. The timing couldn't be worse either, as Russia continues to face internal pressure, military setbacks, and growing discontent. The world is watching Putin, not as a strongman above failure, but as a leader scrambling to regain his footing in the face of a very public disaster. And that visual, the collapse of something he once celebrated, has become a powerful metaphor for the challenges he now faces. But let's talk about the bigger implications. The Crimea Bridge wasn't just a convenient crossing point. It was a crucial supply line supporting Russian military operations across southern Ukraine. With the bridge severely damaged, supply routes have been disrupted, causing logistical chaos. Military analysts have long said that the bridge's vulnerability was Russia's Achilles heel, and now those warnings feel prophetic. Every damaged support beam, every fallen slab, every exposed steel bar now represents a strategic disadvantage for the Kremlin. And then there's the psychological impact. In conflicts, symbols matter as much as weapons. The bridge was built not only to move trucks and trains, but to project confidence and power. The collapse weakens both. Footage of rubble, debris, and fractured concrete spreads faster than any official statement, shaping perceptions long before governments can respond. And this time, the visual message is unmistakable. Russia's control is not as solid as it wants the world to believe. Putin's reaction has been predictably fierce. Reports suggest he responded with anger, frustration, and immediate demands for answers. This collapse isn't just a physical failure, it's a personal blow to his authority. The bridge was one of his favorite projects. He even personally drove a truck across it to celebrate its completion. Now those images are being contrasted with clips of destruction, turning pride into embarrassment. And for a leader who relies heavily on projecting strength, this kind of public humiliation is hard to ignore. Inside the Kremlin, tensions are rising. Officials are pointing fingers, engineers are being questioned, and security forces are scrambling to tighten control. But the pressure doesn't stop there. The Russian public, already weary from economic hardship and ongoing conflict, is growing more frustrated. People are asking how such an important structure could fail, and whether the government has been hiding deeper problems. With trust already fragile, this disaster is adding fuel to a fire that the Kremlin may struggle to contain. Meanwhile, Ukrainian officials and supporters are reacting with defiance and celebration. The bridge, long considered an illegitimate symbol of occupation, has now become a source of morale and momentum. For them, this collapse is more than a physical event, it's a poetic moment of justice. The symbolism is powerful, and the impact on global opinion is even stronger. Throughout the world, experts are dissecting the footage frame by frame. Engineers are analyzing the damage. Military analysts are assessing the strategic consequences. Political commentators are discussing the wider implications for Putin's leadership. In every discussion, one theme keeps emerging: this is a turning point. Maybe not a decisive victory or defeat, but a moment that will echo through the conflict for months, if not years. But beyond geopolitics, this event reveals something deeper about the modern world. In an age where information travels at the speed of a swipe, even powerful governments can't hide behind curated narratives. People everywhere are seeing the truth with their own eyes, and once seen, it can't be unseen. The Crimea Bridge collapse is now etched into global memory, a moment captured on hundreds of devices and shared across millions of screens. It's a reminder that even the strongest symbols can fall, and when they do, the whole world watches. As the days go on, we'll see attempts to rebuild, reinterpret, and reshape the narrative. Putin will try to turn this disaster into a call for unity or defiance. Russian state media will attempt to shift blame and minimize embarrassment. Engineers will rush to stabilize and repair the structure. But the original moment, the shock, the collapse, the humiliation can't be undone. For now, the world waits to see what comes next. Will this event weaken Russia's position on the world stage? Will it embolden opposition voices inside the country? Will it shift the course of the conflict? Or will it become the moment historians look back on as the beginning of a larger unraveling? Time will tell. But one thing is certain. The collapse of the Crimea Bridge has changed the conversation, and Putin's carefully constructed image of unshakable strength has taken a very public hit. And that's it for today's deep dive into this explosive development. This story is still unfolding, and there will be much more to analyze in the coming days. If you want to stay updated with clear breakdowns and sharp analysis, make sure you stick with the channel. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay informed, stay aware, and I'll see you in the next video.